show you how to work up my flower garden chevron ripple stitches. This pattern has a few different ways that it can be worked. There's a puff flower stitch, there's the flat flowers, and then there's also the same type of stitches but the more open look to it. So I'm going to show you how to do 4 different types of flowers and with the open or closed look. To get started today, we're going to need 3 colors of yarn. I'm using a off-white, a green, and some rainbow color with red heart yarns today. We're also going to need a US I9 5.50 millimeter hook. Getting started on our first row of work, start with a slip knot. Now we're going to build the foundation. To get started, chain 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, need a bit of yarn here, 30, oh, there we go, 31, 32, 33. Now working in your second chain from your hook, work a single crochet and work a single crochet in each chain across. Continue working a single crochet in each chain across, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. I have 2 chains left to work in. Now, before getting started on row 2 of your work, make sure that you have 32 single crochets across. So now getting started on row 2, chain 1, and then turn your work. We're going to single crochet in our beginning single crochet, work 2 single crochets in the next single crochet. There's 1, 2. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip the next single crochet in the next single crochet. We're going to skip the next single crochet. Now we're going to work a single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that was all we needed. Skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next. Skip 1 stitch. Now single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, and then work a single crochet in your last stitch. That completes our second row of work. For rows 3 and 4, repeat row 2. So you're going to do it exactly the same as you did before. Single crochet in your beginning stitch, work 2 single crochets in your next stitch, work a single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then 2 in the next one. 1, 2. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1 stitch, a single crochet in the next, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, single crochet in the last stitch. Now repeat that row one more time, and I'll meet you at the end of row 4. Here I am at the end of row 4. I have 1 last single crochet to work in my last stitch here, and when I work this, I'm going to draw up my alternate color, which is green. And that completes row 4 of your work. Getting started on row 5 of our work, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to turn our work. That beginning chain 3 is going to count as our beginning double crochet. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a V-stitch. To work a V-stitch, work a double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet in that same stitch. Now for this row, we're going to skip 2 single crochets, working in our third, work a V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, working in the third, work a V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet in that same stitch. Continue repeating that across, skipping 2 stitches, working a V-stitch in your third until you have 2 stitches remaining, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. I have 2 single crochets remaining, and you should have 10 V-stitches across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to work a double crochet in our last stitch. That completes this row of work. Like I said, you should have 10 V-stitches and 2 double crochets, 1 on each end. Getting started on row 6 of our work, we actually need to fasten off our first alternate color, which was the green here, and we can draw it up. To get started, insert your hook into the double crochet on the right hand side of your work. You're looking at the right side of your work here. Insert your hook into that beginning double crochet, and we're going to draw up an alternate color. I'm using some Red Heart Unforgettable, hoping that we get some pretty colors for our flowers. We're going to draw that up and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to count as our beginning double crochet. Now for this row 6, we're going to be working pop stitch, the flowers that stick out of the work. So to get started, we're going to chain one more. So we've got our double crochet, which is the beginning chain 3, and then a chain 1. Now, working in our V-stitch, we're going to work a pop stitch. So that's 5 double crochets in the same stitch. So 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, and then 5. We're going to draw up a little loop, remove our hook, insert it into the beginning double crochet, back into our working loop, tighten it, and then draw up a loop. That's our first pop stitch. Now we're going to do a repeat for this row. Our repeat is a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, pop stitch in your next V stitch. So that's 5 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Draw up a little loop, remove your hook, insert it into the beginning double crochet, back into your working loop, tighten, and draw up a loop. That's the repeat. I'll show you again. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll pop stitch in our next V stitch. So 5 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Draw up a little loop, remove your hook, insert it into the beginning double crochet, back into your working loop, tighten, and draw up a loop. That's our second repeat. Repeat that across, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. To finish off, we're going to chain 1, and then let's just see where we were here. We're going to work a double crochet in our last double crochet. Now you can fasten off your alternate color, and you'll have 10 pop stitches, 9 chain 3 spaces, 2 chain 1 spaces, and a double crochet on each end. That completes this row of work. Getting started on row 7 of our work, insert your hook into your double crochet on the right hand side. It'll be the left for your lefties, into the double crochet, so the 3rd chain, and we're going to draw up our master color. Chain 1, work a single crochet in that same double crochet. Now work a half double crochet in the chain 1, or sorry, there is no chain 1 space there. In the space between your double crochet and your first V stitch, we're going to work a half double crochet. Now by working a half double crochet, this leaves the space between your stems and the base here open. If you would like to close this and make it a solid look, work a double crochet in this stitch right here in the master color instead of the half double crochet. Now we're going to work a repeat now. Working in our pop stitch, you'll see that you have 5 double crochets. Insert your hook into the center double crochet and do a single crochet. Single crochet in the chain 3 space. Now half double crochet in the space between your V stitches. Remember, if you want to close this gap, work your stitch in the second skipped stitch right down in here. Instead of working that half double crochet, you could work a double crochet down here. And it'll close it up. So it's just a matter of personal preference whether you want to work the half double crochet or the double crochet. So I'm just going to do the half double crochet here. That's our first repeat. I'll show you the repeat again. Working in the middle double crochet of your pop stitch, work a single crochet, single crochet in the chain 3 space, half double crochet in the space between your V stitches. Repeat that across until you come to your last pop stitch, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. To finish off, we're going to single crochet in that middle double crochet of our pop stitch, and then next you would work a single crochet in this chain space. But to kind of even off our flowers, instead of working the single crochet, you could actually work your half double crochet in the space between your last V stitch and your last double crochet. And you'll notice it kind of finishes it off a little bit nicer on the end here instead of working just the single crochet. So we're going to skip the single crochet and work that half double crochet there. And then we're going to work a single crochet in our last double crochet. We just need to find the stitch where to work it. There it is. So there's our single crochet. That completes this row of work. Getting started on row 8 of your work, chain 1, turn your work. We're going to actually be working a row 2 again. Now if you look at the back of your work, it's kind of hard to see what's what for your stitches in there. So I recommend you look at the top of your work. You'll see each stitch has a little V. And then if you're looking at the top, you're going to know where to work your stitches. So for rows 8 and 9, you're going to repeat row 2. And I'll meet you when I'm done row 9. Here I am at the end of row 9. I have 1 stitch left to work. When I work this stitch, I'm going to draw up my alternate color, and I'm going to get started on row 5 again. So row 5 was the green stems. So work a row 5, and then I will meet you at the end of row 5 so that we can start on the flat flowers. Getting started on row 6 of our flat flowers, we're going to insert our hook into that beginning double crochet on the right hand side. It'll be on the left for lefties, and we're going to draw up our flowered colored yarn and then start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, tighten your ends. Now we're going to work a small shell in each of our V stitches. So to work a small shell, we're going to work 3 double crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, and then 3. Now continue working a small shell in each V stitch, so 3 double crochets in each V stitch. 1, 2, 3. Continue repeating that across, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. To finish off, we're going to work a double crochet in our last double crochet. that completes this row of work. You can fasten off your alternate color. And this is what we have so far. Getting started on row 7 of our flat shells, we're going to insert our hook into the double crochet on the right hand side. It'll be the double crochet on your left hand side for lefties. And we're going to draw up our master color. Now we can chain 1 and then work a single crochet in that same double crochet. We're going to work a half double crochet in the space between our double crochet and V-stitch. Now for this row, instead of working the half double crochets, I'm actually going to work the double crochets. So we're going to work a double crochet in that skipped stitch from row 4. That's our double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip the small shell. Working in the space between the shells, we're going to work a single crochet and then work a double crochet in the second skipped stitch from row 4. So these 2 single crochets that we skipped, working in the second one, work a double crochet. That's our first repeat. I'll show you the repeat again. Chain 1, skip the small shell, single crochet in the space between your shells, and then work a double crochet in that second skipped single crochet from row 4. That's the repeat. Continue repeating that across until you get to your last small shell. And I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of the row. We have one last small shell left here. And I just finished working a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the small shell. Now normally we would work a single crochet next in this space, but we want to kind of finish off the end so we're not left with this little gap here. So instead of working the single crochet, we're going to work a double crochet in that skipped stitch from the from our row 4. Oh, I missed it there. Alright, so a double crochet in there, and then you can work a single crochet in your last double crochet. That completes this row of work. Now to continue, you can repeat row 2 twice and then repeat rows 5 and 7 for the flowers until you get to your desired height. And you can make it with either the flat flowers on the top or the pop stitches on the bottom. And you have 2 ways to join in between the flowers, either with a little opening in there, or you can do it as a solid. For more crochet patterns, tutorials, and yarn shop, please visit my blog at dearestdebbie.com.